Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 23rd of November up until the 30th to see if there's anything coming out that's worth your time and money, but we'll first look at any games that may have crept out without being in one of these videos for whatever reason, and then we'll move on to that week at hand. So which games are coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out. Let's start with a game from the sponsor of today's video and their latest release on the Switch, Servonauts. This is a 1 to 4 player party game where you play as a team of robotic service station attendants having to work together to refine fuel, build pipelines and manage mayhem in a number of different locations throughout the galaxy. When cars pull into the station, they'll request specific kinds of fuel. You'll need to build machines to refine the fuel and combine them to make advanced recipes. Getting this wrong will have explosive consequences, as you may expect, and working together using local multiplayer is the best way if you want to try and achieve those 3-star rankings. You can of course play it by yourself in single player too, as you make your way through a number of different levels, getting more crazy as you go along, and we do have a full video on this game if you do want the full story. There'll be a card to it in the top right hand corner. Prices for Servonauts are on your screen as we speak, and we did have a lot of fun with this one. There'll be links in the description and the top pinned comment if you do want to have a look and get the game for yourself. And just again, a thank you to Untold Tales, the publisher of this game, for sponsoring this episode. One game that's already out then is Mancer. This is a 2D hack and slash side scroller with deck building elements, where it says you'll need to find your way home using a variety of weapons, guns and spirit cards. You'll be capturing demons to fight alongside you, and it goes on to say that you can shoot and slash with a variety of guns and weapons, which you will unlock as you play. There are over 100 spirit cards to use within your deck, and you can also play in local multiplayer. This one released yesterday and it sells for £17.99 or your regional equivalent. The final game for those already out is G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up based on the very popular franchise, and it says here that it will be embracing the 1980s era of the iconic universe, with you playing as one of the legendary G.I. Joe characters. This includes Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, Snake Eyes and more, and you'll defeat hordes of Cobra Troopers, Vipers, Crimson Guards and others on your way through this adventure. It's good to see them go in the side-scrolling beat-em-up route for this. I think there have been a few G.I. Joe games over the years that haven't quite hit it, so hopefully this one will be okay. As I mentioned, this one is already out. Moving on to this week then, the first of the games coming out is Critter Cafe. It says here you'll be exploring a magical world, rescuing adorable critters and creating your very own Critter Cafe. There are 12 plus hours of expected playtime and it promises a cozy and relaxing atmosphere. It goes on to say that you'll serve customers with coffee, cakes and lattes, and you will discover 35 different critters that you can rescue throughout the game world. It looks as if it has an element of Tamagotchi to it, at least a modern day version of that, where you can feed, brush, clean your critters, etc. and you can customise your characters too. This one releases on the 26th of November and it will sell for £15.99 or again your regional equivalent.
Name it. You'll leave your old stressful life behind and explore this amazing place. Along the way, you'll overcome challenges, solve puzzles, and bond with your...
We then have 9 Souls, which calls itself an Asian fantasy where you'll be slaying the titular 9 souls in a hand-drawn 2D action platformer. It goes on to say that it fuses Eastern mythology with cyberpunk aesthetic, with your character on a vengeful journey across a world shaped by both mysticism and advanced technology. You'll be offered upgrades by NPCs as you go along, and you can unlock new paths and grow stronger as you uncover the mysteries of the lost civilization. I do like the art style, very unique, not one that you see too often in games these days, and quite a nice muted colour palette used as well, judging by the screenshots. No trailer on the eShop unfortunately, hopefully you're watching one now. It will sell for £24.99 and it's another game that releases on the 26th. On top of that, we've got Dungeons of Dreadlock 2, The Dead King's Secret. Not much here to go on in terms of the blurb on the eShop, but it says you'll be puzzling and fighting your way through the ancient caverns of Dreadlock Mountain as a member of the Order of the Flame. You'll need to embark on a quest to find the Crown of Wisdom and uncover the truth behind the dead king's powers. It says that you can choose your own destiny and there will be different paths, whether that's literal or metaphorical as you go along, and the game plays from a top-down perspective. This one's out on the 27th and it will cost £13.49 or your regional equivalent.
But when I met the girl, I knew that there was hope. For the weaving of the gods had linked her destiny to mine.
Next we have Riviera, the Promised Land, which apparently came out first for the WonderSwan back in 2002 and also received a port to the Game Boy Advance a few years later. This is a remastered version of that particular game, with the blurb promising that the ease of play, as it puts it, has been upgraded and the game will be accessible to first-time players and experienced players of that original. It's a turn-based RPG with a unique battling system according to the blurb, where it says that your skills are determined by the items that you own in your possession. It also has a favourability system in terms of the comrades that you have on the quest with you, and the UI has been improved for this remaster. Not a game I've heard of, I must say, so if you have played it, do let me know if it's worth playing at all. It's out on the 27th for £30.19, although you can get 15% off of that price up until the 4th of December.
Magic! I'll show you how to look more carefully. Let's go back. I'm your familiar. I go where you go.
Aren't you being a bit hasty?
Next then we have Crown Wars, the Black Prince, which is a turn-based tactics game that sees you battling a cult that is attempting to use the 100 Years' War for its own purpose. There are 6 playable classes to choose between, being Crusader, Alchemist, Beastmaster, Flayer, Duelist and Gunner, each with its own unique skills as you would expect, and you can train up to 50 companions to unlock new skills and attacks for them to use. You can capture your enemies alive to make them prisoners, with each prisoner having one or more effects that grant bonuses to your companions or buildings, and it's up to you whether to keep them to take advantage of those bonuses or free them in exchange for a ransom. It's another one without a trailer on the eShop, so I can't really comment on performance, but hopefully again I have managed to find one for you to watch now. It's out on the 28th and it will cost £44.99.
Train and equip your soldiers with the best weapons and armor. Mastery of a weapon increases with experience. Unlocking new battle strategies and certain quests also unlock unique weapons.
We then have Snow Brothers Wonderland. Now this is a series that goes all the way back to the early 90s and was one of the classic stage clear arcade games, and this is the newest iteration using a 3D isometric style this time round. The original game had a 2-player option, whereas this time it has been doubled for 4 players to be able to take part, and you can customise your avatar with a variety of hats and what have you, scarves, all the wintry bits that you would expect in a game called Snow Brothers. I'm pretty sure the original did receive a modernised or remastered version which is already on the Switch. This looks to be a brand new entry in the series, quite expensive at £24.99 for what is essentially an older arcade game, but it's out on the 28th if you are interested. The penultimate game for the week is Death Elevator. This is a low poly first person shooter with a one-hit death mechanic where you need to reach the top or die trying, as the blurb puts it. There is also a slow motion effect. There was never not going to be one in this sort of game, and it says you'll need fast-paced reflexes and precision shooting if you want to get to the top. It goes on to say that this relies purely on skill. There are no upgrades, skill trees or progression systems, but there is a global leaderboard if you want to show just how good you are against everybody else. It's only going to cost £8.99 and it releases on the 28th if it's one that you're looking into. And finally for the week then we have Beyond Memories Tale of the Lost Souls. It says here you'll be playing as a charming Grim Reaper, soaring through colourful skies to free souls and discover 11 heartwarming stories in this peaceful flight adventure. Not quite sure why they used the Grim Reaper for such a game, but there you go. It's a narrative flight simulation game apparently, where your mission is to shoot cages freeing the trapped souls, with each soul adding a piece to the puzzle. As the game progresses, you'll unlock 11 short stories, and it does say that the game is designed to be a relaxing and non-violent experience, with storytelling taking centre stage. It sells for £11.80, but it's actually offering 75% off of that price on launch, with that sale going on until the 2nd of December. So there you have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Bit of a quiet week this one. We have had a few decent weeks in a row to be fair. Let us know if you're picking any of these games up, stick it all in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you are looking for eShop credit to do just that, you can get your eShop cards over at our website, switchup.gg, and doing so will get you 5% of your purchase price back as cashback. And there are other links down there, including PlayAsia, where if you use the link and the code, you'll get yourself 5% off your order from there too. A quick thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.